G'day guys, and welcome back to another episode. I thought I'd make a video on the Engel versus WAECO. I thought I'd make it just to help you decide whether you are in between the two. It seems to be a pretty heated discussion on all the forums on Facebook and all that sort of stuff. So I thought I'd run you through the differences between the two fridges, and hopefully help you make the decision. The Engel, that comes with a 3-year warranty, and the WAECO, that one comes out with a 5-year warranty. So you've actually got an extra 2 years of warranty on this. I've had this one for a couple of years now, and this is my new one. Never had a problem with the WAECO. I thought I'd just try out the Engel, something different and a bit more capacity than this one. The compressors. The Engel uses I think it's called the Safuji swing motor, which is unique to the Engel brand. It's a very low drawing motor, 0.7 amp to a maximum of 2.5 amp, where the WAECO CFX, that actually uses their own WAECO brand compressor, which they've gotten rid of the Danfoss compressor, which was in the previous CF models. So WAECO's gone with their own one, and that uses 0.74 amps. So both of them are pretty much on par with their usage, which is still very low. Like, if you could let that run forever. I've got a 100 amp hour battery, and both of them running full time with minimum driving. It didn't really flatten the battery at all. The weight. This may be an issue if you're trying to save on weight, if you've got a large canopy or something like that, and you're trying to slowly bring down the weight on each of your items. The Engel obviously is a larger fridge. It's got the steel casing, and this is 24 kilos dry. So with nothing in it at all, that's 24 kilos, where the WAECO is 18.5 kilos. So you're saving about 6 kilos roughly, which is a big difference. By the time you put all your food in that, this one is probably going to weigh the same full as this one is empty. So if you're trying to save on weight, the Engel is going to be a bit more heavier, but with the steel construction, probably a bit more heavy duty. Both of the fridges have built-in battery protectors, so you can set them to different voltages, so to protect your batteries. So you could run these without a dual battery system and set them onto I think it's the high setting. So it's a higher voltage that the fridge will cut out at, so it protects your battery. With the dual battery systems, I have it set down low, because all my second battery does is purely just run this fridge. So I don't really have an issue with draining the second battery. It still keeps my my starter battery fine to go. The cover. The Engel has a canvas cover, insulated, and I'm not sure what the outside of the WAECO one is made from. They're a big difference actually. It's very thin on the WAECO, where it feels a bit thicker on the Engel. I've both had these sit in the same position in my car. The WAECO in full sunlight, you can feel the heat on the top of the fridge. I really felt like the lid actually warmed right up. I didn't feel like the protective cover was really doing anything. Where the cover on the Engel, I was still feeling the top and the sides when it was in full sunlight, and it actually felt like the cover was doing its job. which makes a big difference. It's right near the back window, which I'm going to protect eventually, but just the cooler the fridge runs and the less battery it's going to use, which is going to be better in the long run. I just felt that the Engel cover wasn't as protective, and as well, the Engel cover is attached to the lid, so it just comes up with the lid and comes back down, where on the WAECO, to actually get into the fridge, you actually remove the cover back and then open your fridge, which can come quite annoying when you're trying to reach over to try and grab that to flip it back over. Then you've got to reseat it. It's a bit of a first world problem, but it is quite annoying. But I have seen some people, they have modified it to suit. Display. Well, I reckon the WAECO display is probably a little bit better. It's right at the front of the fridge. It's clear. It's easy to use. So even if you're just walking past your car, you can actually just look in and see what it is. Where I have found that because the Engel is a little bit taller and the lid is actually taller than the display, although the display is very clear, you can't actually see it from looking in your car. You can't actually see it. You've actually got to look up over, or if you'd have to have your fridge on a tilt slide just to see it. It's very, very hard to see, but it's sort of a set and forget as far as that goes. And the Engel is actually a turn dial to set the temperature, where the WAECO is all in the front panel there. It's all set out quite easily to set the temperature. And as well as that, it could be an advantage or a disadvantage. This whole front section is computerized, so if you do get any water damage, it could actually damage the function of setting it up and down, which might stop your fridge from running. Where the Engel, I'm sure if the moisture, it might not affect the knob at all because it's manually, and it might just affect the display itself. So that could be an advantage on its own. Tie downs. The WAECO has spring-loaded plastic tie downs, which are good for carrying like that, and then you can drop down and strap. So they are quite, I would say, streamlined with the fridge. They don't stick out very far. The Engel, of course, is steel, very heavy duty, and they don't really stick out that far, and that's easy enough to grab onto. The basket. The WAECO basket, which I think personally is a better basket. It's got the split divider, which can be removed. I just find that a better basket. You put your drinks on one side, put your food on the other side. Just makes it a lot easier. You don't have to bury down and grab your stuff from underneath other stuff. It's just a really good layout. I do almost prefer the WAECO layout better than the Engel. The Engel is, of course, just a single basket. Take that out. Got me shopping in there. It's just the single deep basket, which is fine. But it does come, I'm going to make myself a little divider in there just so I can separate the food from the drinks and not have it all muddled up. And both of the fridges, the WAECO has the LED light at the back, same with the Engel, so no difference really there. Both can quite easily see in at night time to grab a drink or what you need. And that's about it really. the price, which is probably the biggest selling point for the WAECO, and what probably lets down the Engel a bit. The Engel is recommended retail of $13.99, where the WAECO is $12.99. So there's about $100 difference. But if you were to get these on sale, which makes a big difference, I got the Engel for $1,270, and that came with the free cover. Where I found the cheapest I found was the WAECO CFX 40, and I found that for $920 with the cover. So that's quite a big difference. You're almost at sort of $250, $300 difference for basically the same fridge. Another feature on the WAECOs is you've got a USB charger at the front. You can have a pocket there. You can plug your phone in to charge. It's not sort of the be-all and end-all. Most of us have dual battery systems. We'll have a cigarette socket in the back so we can charge our phones anyway, or charge them on the go. Both have 12, 24 cords. There's nothing really there. And the case. The case in the Engel is obviously a steel case, very heavy duty. It can cop a lot. It'll just dent. It won't fracture or anything like that. Where I have seen the WAECO, because of its plastic construction, these lids can sometimes swell. They did have a recall and fix that problem. But I do feel the plastic, I'm not sure if it's just the cover itself, but it does absorb a lot more heat than the Engel, but that could just be the cover. So that's about all the differences between the two. Is anyone going to do the job better than the other one? Probably not. Are they going to keep your food and drinks cold? Yes. So it is really up to you whether you certain different sizes might fit in your different cars. You might not like the weight. So it is really up to you what you want to decide. They're both great fridges. Never had a problem with the WAECOs before. I'm sort of new to the Engels, so I thought I'd give it a go. And I hope that helps you. Okay, thanks for watching. If you like what you have been watching, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.